rude date, you could want to meet somebody. You could just want to go on a rude date because it's kind of funny to just be as rude as you can to a stranger while we throw a bunch of weird ass questions at you guys. It's super fun. We actually got a couple out of it a few weeks ago.
Ooh,
We'll
nice.
see how this goes. We're not going to say their names because it's new. But it is a lot of fun. So we'll send the links for that too. But everyone, just put your hands together for our first comedian of the night. Give a big round of applause for Sonia Vai.
Yay!
Hi. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Well, since this is the unemployment version, I thought I'd talk a little bit about that. I've been unemployed for, I think, over 4 months now. Things are getting tough. No more $600 pandemic money. But I actually got some good news recently. I booked a commercial, like right in the nick of time. Thank you. And it was like one of those moments you hear about in Hollywood, you know, like obviously I couldn't walk into the audition. I Zoomed into the audition, but the casting director looked at me and she was like, "Stop everything. We found our actress." And she said I was meant to play this part my whole life, right? So pretty fucking fabulous, guys. So look out for the commercial. I am going to be the next spokesperson for a blood disease. It is. That's what it is, a blood disease. It's called beta thalassemia. Apparently, the description for the role was young ethnic woman, needs to be attractive in a sickly way, pale, frail, and looks like she can faint at any moment. So that's what, and now that's what it says on my dating profile. Yeah. So I learned about it too. It's called beta thalassemia. It's sort of like sickle cell. You know, it means you have less, I guess, oxygen or hemoglobin in your body. And the irony of all of this is that I actually have beta thalassemia. Yes, I was born with it. So I was like, oh my God, I was really born to play this part. Like, this is it. I've peaked during Rona. This is what it is. And you know what? It's like, I don't even think it's going to cover a month's rent. So, but it's good to know I was born for something, right? I don't know if you guys are. I'm sure people are doing what they enjoy most online. I think that's watching porn for many people. Porn has gone into overdrive. And I actually didn't watch porn before the Rona hit. And it's weird. Like, I'm watching it now, but it's a very specific kind. It's called furniture porn. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's not like people having sex with furniture. It's just websites with furniture. Yeah, like you guys are watching youporn.com. I'm on ikea.com. All right. And I know, like, it's actually not that different. It's not, because like we both like legs. You like 2, I like 4, right? I'm watching things like One Couch, 2 End Tables. I think that's a little for some people. And also, like, we can both search for Swedish meatballs. It just means something very different when you do it versus when I do it. But the difference is like that when I see something that I love, right, I can actually order it and it will be at my house in 2 days. And maybe you guys can do the same thing. I don't know how porn works, but here's the thing. My stuff comes with a warranty. Yours just comes, and even that. Yeah, so that's what it is. Check it out. When you get bored of YouPorn, go onto IKEA.com. It's pretty fabulous. I've been reading a lot. Yeah, real books with paper. If you don't know what that is, please never speak to me because I hate you. You're too young to be in my life. But yeah, it's incredible. Like, I haven't read books in so many years. And I feel the difference. I feel like I'm smarter now. I'm using big words, you know, words I never used before Rona. I think it's like words that intimidate men, you know, like no, and not even if it's your birthday, things like that. I am happy I don't have to worry about my rent yet because I won't get evicted till August. I don't have to worry about a lot of things right now, like date rape, you know. real rape still a thing, always will be, but I live in a 6th floor walk up, so I'm not worried about that. And also that's like a big thing for me. And I just always feel like when I do say no, now that I know the word, I feel like as a woman, I just want to always say it kindly when I say it to a man, you know, just because I like to live. And so I try to make it fun, right? And women, like ladies, if you're watching this, you can also use this if you want. Like, for example, if a guy asked me to do butt stuff, right? I just say, no, I will not do anal. I do not like it. I do not like it in a car. I do not like it in a bar. I do not like it here or there. I do not like it anywhere. I would not put not in a house, not even if you were my spouse. So hush your mouth, take off your socks. You're only welcome in my box. No means no, Sam I am. This is the shit I'm doing in my time, guys. This is this is it. And my dad's still getting on me to get married. I don't know if you guys know this. He's Indian. I mean, I guess that makes me Indian, not casino, tech support. I know it's 2020, but I still have to say that. It's sad, but like I recently found out because he's been trying to pressure me for arranged marriages, right? And he's been telling me that's like the tradition in our culture for thousands of years. And I recently found out that that's bullshit. Okay, this is a thing men make up. Okay, so that women are forced to marry the man that they go on their first blind date with. And I call him on it, okay? Because think about it, yes, my father had arranged marriage. I feel bad for him, but you know what? He was poor and he had no game. Okay. Do you really think a rich man in India needed to get an arranged marriage? I don't think so, right? He could go up to any girl in the village and be like, you want to marry me? I have hot water. You know, he could be like, you get hot water, you get hot water, you get hot water. He could be like the Oprah of hot water. So that before you believe any of your cultural norms, guys, look that shit up because most likely it's some dude who made it up.
There's Claire.
Right? And even though like my dad's not with me, I'm quarantining alone, and now I'm getting out. I'm still really nervous. Every time I go to a deli, any deli, I'm trying not to have an anxiety attack. But it's not working. I'm still online a lot. I'm on Instagram a lot. And one thing I noticed is that even Instagram is sort of like pressuring me to get married and procreate, or just procreate. Because every single time I go on Instagram, I see these targeted ads to freeze my eggs. Yeah. And I'm like, who's paying for these ads? It's my dad, guys. He's cyber stalking me. The ad goes, Sonia, your eggs are rotting. And I don't think it's fair. Men never go through this. You guys can have babies until you die. Like a man my age can choose to never have kids. By the way, I'm in my 30s, if I didn't mention that. Oh yeah, dead silence is what I'm used to. Man can do this. I just think it's bullshit. Like, I think we need a better option than freezing your eggs. Freezing your eggs costs $30,000. All right, I'm unemployed. Like, I can barely afford like eggs. But I thought of the perfect plan, the technology we need as women. Okay, I think it would be great if I could get pregnant now while my body's still young, have the baby, and then just freeze the baby. Thank you so much, guys. I am so goodbye. Give it up for Amy, Matt, and Joanne. It was a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Give it up for Sonia. You guys, I am putting Sonia's Instagram in our chat right now. And I'll put all the comedians' social medias in the chat at the end too, so you guys can keep up with them if you want to follow. I feel like all of the comedians, like everyone is staying so busy. People have gotten really creative with shows. They're like shows popping out of bushes right now. Like, like every park you look at, there is a stand-up show going on. And it's friggin' awesome. I love it. We're throwing one on rooftop and getting watched by the government. So awesome. So yeah, you guys, again, we are throwing a bunch of shows, and we're gonna put our link in the chat right now so you guys can keep up with us. we've got a lot of stuff going on online for a couple days, but we really do have a bunch of different things going up in Bushwick. So if you are in the neighborhood and if you feel comfortable, we keep it socially distanced. We keep it safe. Everyone puts a mask on. No mask, no entry. We mean it. Karens. But I'd love to see you guys there. And let's get to our next comedian. You guys, everyone give a big round of applause for Claire Alexander.
Hi, thank you so much, Joanne and Amy and Matt, and also I was at the Tiny Cupboard last night in the helicopter. I was there for Comedy Fight Club, which is like something maybe the police should have been there. They should have been like, hey, you don't say such mean things to each other. Inside baseball. Anyway, yeah, great stuff. It's true. Like there are a lot of shows right now and they'll do them anywhere. And I realized how much I love comedy because I'm deathly afraid of heights. And now I'm like walking up fire escapes, like with no fear, you know, like the world's really ending, man. And I'm going to do comedy on this roof, you know, I'm like holding my pee. Cause like, I don't want to use somebody's bathroom, you know, it's like, it's the passion is real, you know, I know, I'm assuming this is what love feels like, I guess. I don't know. Oh man, unemployment. Yeah, that's for sure. I was laid off recently, which sucks, you know, because I love getting laid. It's like so close. No, I was laid off. I was working as a waitress for a while, and I prefer the term waitress to server because server makes it seem like you were in the war. And I wasn't. I was working in a restaurant in New York City, which is hard, but like not yellow ribbon around the old oak tree hard, you know. Not that tough. Like, you know, I'm not saying stuff like, oh yeah, back in nom, you know, like that's not really what we're talking about. I'll tell you this too. The difference between serving in a restaurant and serving in the war is when you serve in the war, your parents are proud of you. That's that works for the most part, I'd say. But I like serving. It's an easy job, really, because like all you do is you go to a table and you say, hi, what can I get for you? And they're like, oh, I'll have the French toast. And you say, okay. And then you go put in the order of French toast, and then it comes out, and you bring it to the table, and they say, oh, that's not what I ordered. I ordered the octopus. And then you kill yourself. It's like gets a little repetitive, but yeah. So anyway, I was laid off from that job, and I got a job right after. A rebound job, if you will, like immediately. I just took whatever somebody threw at me. And I started, right now I hand out flyers outside of a tattoo shop that is very coincidentally across the street from the restaurant I used to work at. Yeah, so I'm basically like $10 piercings, $50 tattoos. Look what you're missing, motherfucker. You know, my old regulars come by. They're like, your skin looks so much better now. You know, they're just everybody's so nice. Things are good. Yeah, so I work for this tattoo shop now, kind of for the most part. And a lot of people say like, oh, you don't look like you would work at a tattoo shop. And first of all, thank you. And second of all, I think that's the point. I think I'm like the gateway girl for the tattoo shop. I think I'm like, hey, just get like a little one, you know. It's just like I'm like the first girl who gives you like a little bump of cocaine. I'm just like take a little, like, we don't have to tell your mom, like it's like so small, it doesn't even matter, just get it on your butt. I don't even know which one I'm talking about anymore. Yeah, I'm like the girl from your high school who's like, do you want to make $200 really easily by just like massaging this guy, Jeffrey Epstein, you know, like that's the vibe. I'm really good at my job because I'm really approachable. Like the other day, someone rode a city bike into me. I'm fine. But they were like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I was like, oh my God, no, it's not your fault that I'm a human magnet, you know? Like, it's not your fault. I'm great at my job. Are you kidding? Do you want a tattoo? She's like, yeah. And we got matching bike scar tattoos. It was adorable. I liked it. I like it a lot. It's fun. It's good to get some money, you know, even if you're just yelling at people on the street. And then I spend my time yelling at my therapist. You guys in therapy? Anybody here in therapy at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got anybody do online therapy, Zoom therapy? I don't know. I'm on my phone. I can only see 3 of you. I'm just assuming everybody does. We all love ourselves. Yeah, I do Zoom therapy, which is so fun because it's like that cool gamble of like, I hope I don't say I love you before I hang up every time. You know, that's always awkward. She's like, okay, goodbye. I'm like, goodbye. You know, it's pretty hard. I like Zoom therapy a lot. Except I will tell you this. After 2 sessions, my therapist told me that I should go to AA. And I was like, you don't even know me yet, you know? Like, what if I'm just a cool girl that everybody wants to have a beer with, you know? Like, what if that's just my whole thing, you know? I feel like a scientist would say I'm technically an alcoholic. Like, my therapist is like, oh, you need AA. But my friends who are in their 30s are like, oh, you need brunch, bitch. Tell me everything that happened last night. You woke up outside, call a taxi, get over here. You know, it's super cute. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I have a drinking problem. I mean, because, you know, we're all drinking on FaceTime or whatever. And I mean, is it really drinking alone if you think you're pregnant? I don't, you know, I don't know. I'll tell you this, therapy on Zoom is hard because, like, I cry a lot because I am so drunk every time, and I'll be crying. And in a regular therapist's office, therapists have tissues. On Zoom, like, you better have your tissues, you know, because otherwise, you know, you don't want to be like, hey, wait a second, let me go grab my tissues real quick, because you're paying for every minute. So I was at my parents' house for a little bit, and I was just walking around the house with my laptop, like, oh my gosh, you know, then this happened, whatever. I like walked in on my dad. He's like, hey, I'm working here. I'm like, I'm working on myself, okay? You know? He's like, can you leave me alone? I'm like, you did this. I'm like, do you see? This is the guy I've been telling you about. This is it, you know? Yeah, I was staying at my parents' house for a little bit, and they live in Connecticut. And you're like, why did you go back? And obviously it's because I love my job handing out flyers all day to people who hit me with their city bikes. I really like buying my own groceries. Yeah, I was with my parents for a bit, and it was a lot of people say, like, oh, Connecticut, like, do you know Stars Hollow? Which is a fake town, okay, from a TV show called Gilmore Girls, okay? I grew up just like everybody else, you know? Like, I had to wait 8 hours to get my boat license just like everybody else. I had to wait till I graduated from high school for my parents to give me a car just like everybody else, you know? The usual rich kid stuff. I'll tell you one more thing. Because I grew up in a rich town, all my bullies are doing pretty well. Like, they always say, like, oh, you know, the people who make fun of you, they're like, oh, they're gonna work for you one day. And the girl who bullied me on the school bus isn't working, and not like because of quarantine. It's because she like married this guy who just started a really big business. She's doing fine. And I'm killing it in my tattoo job. All right. Thank you guys so much. You've been excellent. Give it up for the Tiny Copper. You guys are great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, so much to unpack there. You guys, I also want to say thank you for being here tonight and watching us instead of the Democratic National Convention. Super responsible, everyone. Seriously, pat yourselves on the back.
We can always watch the rerun.
I think that's the only way these get watched. I will say, I did tune in for some speeches last night and I did bawl my eyes out. Just like listening to sentences, just fully formed sentences. That was it. It was awesome. You guys, we're gonna keep on rolling with our next comedian. I can't even see you. I think he's on the second page. Everyone give it up. Give a big round of applause for Jordan Luong.
Hey, what's up, guys? Live from the shower. This is not a microphone. Cool. Yeah, good to be here. Good to be at the virtual Tiny Cupboard. I saw the lineups for the real life Tiny Cupboard. It has like Mark Norman and Joe List, like two comedians I really respect, and the virtual one has me. So the is Pepsi okay version of the Tiny Cupboard. Yeah, I'm the only guy on this lineup, which I feel like is, something I can put on my resume. Very proud of that. Only guy, which means I'm the only funny one. Just kidding. All right. I like when people post on like YouTube comments like women aren't funny, and I'm like, you've never been to any comedy show. Especially this one. That's cool. So gyms, I'm in Hong Kong right now, and gyms are closed, so I've been doing home workouts. I learned this exercise called a band pull apart. So when you take a band and you pull it apart, I called them Yoko Ono's. Okay, cool. I love that. What if all my jokes are like that? But yeah, I've been going on dates in this pandemic. You gotta wear a mask when you go on dates. I like going on these mass dates because now there are two places where you have to wonder if they're shaved or not. It's fun. I also like how, I like the mass dates because I'm one of those guys who can never tell if a girl wants to make out or not, on a date. And one time this girl took me to this park, right? And I thought we were going to make out. So I took my mask off, but she kept hers on. Yeah, so I put my mask back on, and we talked about our feelings. It was cool. I feel like there's a bit of a delay in the jokes and the laughs, so like through my punchline, you think the joke is gonna be funny, you just have to like start laughing. Whoa, guys! Wow, what was that? Okay. Been thinking about dogs for some reason. I feel like a golden retriever is like the most like white supremacist dog to have. It's like an Aryan dog. All right, that was a new thought I had. Smoke a lot of weed, if you guys can't tell. And one thing when you're a weed smoker is sometimes you have to go to the doctor and they ask you how much weed you smoke, and my answer to that question usually depends on how related I think weed smoking is to the reason I'm there. Like, doctor's like, oh, sprained your ankle, do you smoke weed? I'm like, no, I don't. Cool. Yeah. it. Katie and Colin. I remember you guys. I think you guys remember me. Is Arvin here? Arvin, send me money. I remember you. Yeah, I was talking about Maybelline, right? I remember Mabel. Yeah, I've known Mabel since March when I used to have a little Zoom comedy show. Like Joanne was like, "Oh, there's someone in the chat who talks a lot called Mabel." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know Mabel." Mabel's emails every day since March.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes.
It's like, "Oh, hey, virtual happy hour." Hey, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm excited to see Mabel again." But now she's not here. Oh, Arvin, yes. You have sent me money. You still have my Venmo. Send me money. I like how some Asians dye their hair blonde. I think that's fun. You know, I've always wondered what it's like to have white privilege from behind, you know? Little, like a butter race, you know? Hey, why are you so, this blonde sucks at driving. Oh, never mind, you know? It's like that. Asians like to make fun of their parents' bad English. So here are my jokes about my parents' bad English. Me and my mom were at the airport like a year ago, obviously. And she tried to go the TSA pre-check and she kept calling it the pre-SAT. Go to the pre-SAT, Jordan. And she keeps calling my W-2 forms WD-40. It's like, where's your WD-40 for this year?
Still on.
What?
Subi.
No.
Oh, yeah.
You don't.
Yeah. Well, my mom thinks my English is bad because I call stand-up comedy a career. Okay. Well, that was terrible. Let's see what else. I really want to try breast milk. Cool. Not in like a creepy way, but like I want to try dinosaur meat kind of way, you know, just like curiosity. But breast milk's one of those things that's like you like get to try it once when you're little and you may never try it again, you know? It's one of the problems with it. So I lived with my sister when she had her baby, and one time I was really high and I opened the fridge and I saw like this little vial of breast milk in the fridge. And yeah, I just stared at it for like 5 minutes and I was like, I can't do this. But it was my stepsister. Okay, cool. All right, let's do a dick joke because I'm the only guy on this lineup. You guys ready? Big finish? Dick joke? Okay, no one's ready for this. I think my penis is like the coronavirus because it's given some people a sore throat, but some people can't feel it at all. More importantly, anyone can get it. Okay, that's my time. I'm Jordan Lane. Thank you guys.
Everyone give it up for Jordan. His Venmo is in his name. Cut straight to it. I like that. This is